In this video, I'll be showing you how to take an aerial image of your site and put it into PVFARM. In this example, I'm using Nearmap. You can use any app that's going to give you a flat 2D image of your site. For example, you will not be able to do this workflow with Google Earth because it takes the curvature of the Earth into account. Therefore, our scaling is not going to come out accurate. So we have our site here, and right down here at the bottom left, you see a scale bar. This says 2,000 feet. I'm going to guess that that is a rounded up number, so this is not going to be 100% accurate, but it will get us close enough to have a nice image underneath our boundaries. Now, as you might know, Nearmap does have an export option. For this workflow, we will not be doing that because the export is going to give us a JPEG, and all images that go into PVFARM must be PNG form. So what we're going to do is take a screenshot, and you can include however much you want. The only thing is you must absolutely get this scale bar down in the bottom left corner. So I only need to about here. Okay, and we have our screenshot. I'm going to save it as a PNG. We're going to put this to the side for later. So now let's come over and get into PVFARM. We're going to come up to Project, Import, Browse, select our PNG that we just created and open it and hit OK, then exit out. Now, as you can see, it's dropped a tiny version of our image in the very center of our scene. So we're going to have it selected and press T. And let's pull that out so that we can see it a little more clearly. So let's zoom in and let's turn off T and then zoom in to our scale bar here. We're going to come to Edit, Boundary, and Create, and we're going to create a boundary where we're just going to hit either end of this scale bar. So it's just a single line and hit OK. With the boundary selected, we're going to press C. And we see here that the actual length of this line is 28 feet. So that is the actual measurement of the 2,000 foot scale bar. So we need to scale that up. So let's delete that and then select our image again. We're going to come over here to our object details and we're going to come down where it says scale. So we'll be changing the X and Y axis to the same number, but it stretches it one way and then the other. So since we've got 28 going into 2,000, let's make this scale to 71.4 and 71.4. Okay. So now, as you can see, we've got a much bigger image here. And we're going to T and free transform it so that it lines up with our boundaries. Now we know that we've got this body of water that's offset here and that we need to be between these two highways. So we can kind of roughly adjust there. I think that is good. And T to turn that off. And if you want to confirm this measurement, let's come right back down here to our scale bar again and edit, create, and let's draw another line from one end to the other. Hit OK and hit C. And it's a little bit over, but we are right at about 2,000 feet. I could probably adjust a little, but it's very close. So let's delete that line. So now here we have this nice aerial image to go under our boundaries, and this can be used when we're creating our finished product. Now, if the stuff in the bottom, the Nearmap and the scale bar and these other things are going to be an issue, we can pull up this snip that we took earlier and crop that image. And then we can just repeat the process over again because now we know what to scale it by. So then we can remove this old one, put this new one in, and have it without the stuff on the bottom. And that is how you insert and scale up an image.